How's it going? Welcome back, my beautiful sinners, to another great and amazing majestical video with your boy the Savior. That's right, welcome back to the channel, my beautiful sinners. If you're new, which is highly likely, make sure that you go down below and subscribe. Trust me, okay? You don't want to miss out, okay? I'm gonna give you so many Jeff Bezos tokens that you're not gonna know what to do with them, okay? So just subscribe and you could actually be Jeff Bezos in another life. That's right, I know, this is pretty incredible stuff that I'm offering. If you do enjoy this video, consider giving it a like and check out my music that I make, electronic music, on Spotify. That would be really nice of you. So let's get on with the video. Today I'm talking about The Batman. That's right, the new movie in 2022, The Batman. That's right. And before the whole internet gets flooded with The Batman reviews, the Batman 2022 review videos, I just really want to talk about this movie because personally I'm a little bit worried, okay? And I know a lot of people are getting hyped up for this film because there hasn't been a good movie in quite a long time. If you look back at Hollywood's track record, it's been absolutely terrible, okay? Basically, in the last couple of years, Hollywood has just produced absolute trash. In my opinion, Hollywood has been in a slow state of decay for quite a while now, and it's not really surprising because they keep pushing this woke, warped agenda into their movies, which just ruins everything. You know, I've talked about that before with the new Lord of the Rings TV show, how this agenda and how this, you know, type of ideology is really destroying fiction and storytelling, and it's basically just destroying modern movies as well, because it's literally in everything. If you want to hear me break down that philosophy and this warped progressive ideology that we have seen being pushed, that we see being pushed in the mainstream media and with entertainment nowadays, make sure you go watch that video. But I'm just so sick and tired of it because it really just takes away all elements of storytelling and, you know, something being fictional, you know, having parallels between the real world and the political, you know, landscape as it stands right now, and forcing it into modern movies. It just breaks down the whole idea of what storytelling and all of these movies and games and TV shows should be about. It really does seem like Hollywood can't think of one original idea anymore. They just have to keep rehashing things time and time again. They did it with Star Wars and they completely destroyed the franchise by not even having a goddamn plan. When they even went into it, they just thought, hey, this is popular and we can use this to, you know, push this new agenda, push our wokeism philosophy onto the world because, hey, I'm sure that's gonna go down nice and easy. I'm sure people are gonna love that. These massive studios and corporations, okay, they don't even think of a plan, of a way to structure the storytelling and have a consistent, strong narrative going through each of the movies that they produce. And that's what we saw with Star Wars, because it just ended up being a complete joke. And if they don't bring back something, you know, that everyone recognizes, then they just remake it, okay, like they did with the Ghostbusters, because, ooh, do you remember Ghostbusters? I remember. I mean, it's got so creatively bankrupt now, and I'm just sick of it, so I'm not looking forward to The Batman 2022, because I have been let down so many times. I don't enjoy modern day movies anymore. They did the same thing with James Bond. I mean, that was absolute trash. I actually couldn't even finish the goddamn movie because it was so boring, predictable. Modern day movies now is like a goddamn roller coaster on goddamn steroids, okay? It doesn't make any sense. It's just rushed. Every scene just feels so jam-packed, full of bombastic CGI action, so you don't actually have to engage your brain whatsoever. And before you even realize that you're being bamboozled and that Hollywood is actually plunging you up the anus with this garbage storytelling and this garbage way of making movies, okay, it jumps to the next scene and the next scene. You know, it never stops to actually let you digest and understand, you know, what the hell's actually going on, or dissect the story and get involved with the characters. You know, there's never any good character development or clever storytelling anymore. It's only ever found now in independent movies and smaller studios or quality studios like A24 who produce good movies. You know, most big Hollywood massive movies, which are so expensive to make, by the way, which is just a complete joke because the amount of money that goes into this garbage is just sickening, considering what could actually be done with that money. What I'm trying to say is now, with modern day movies and Hollywood, it's always a letdown, okay? It's either a remake or it's just bringing back something recognizable if they don't remake it entirely, and that's exactly what they're doing with The Batman, okay? The Batman 2022. Now, I feel like in the early 2000s, we actually got a good Batman trilogy, you know? It wasn't too bad. The Dark Knight was actually pretty good. This was before all of the progressive kind of woke agenda was really forced into everything that we see and consume now. And that was a pretty good movie trilogy, I think. I think Christian Bale really fit the role of Batman very well because he is a little bit of a psycho. But this new movie, I'm just not excited for because, first of all, the director behind this doesn't have that many movies under his belt. And the movies that he does have, okay, are pretty trashy. Matt Reeves, the director of the new Batman 2022 edition, ooh, because we've got to have one every couple of years now, you know, he has produced some pretty shitty movies, in my opinion. Cloverfield and some other, like, B-type Hollywood, you know, bullshittery, kind of terrible, tacky horror movies. And also, he did make the two worst, in my opinion, Rise of the Planet of the Apes movies, which were just kind of laughable, in my opinion. So he hasn't got that many movies under his belt, and the ones that he does have are pretty trashy and just, you know, schlocky, okay? So I'm not holding out too much hope for this. Now, obviously, he's not going to be the only person to make this movie either complete trash or good. It might still be good because maybe it's going to have great writing, maybe it's going to have interesting characters, or a cool and unique story, or maybe it's going to be really gritty. But no, of course, Hollywood can't do any of that shit anymore, okay? They can't produce, you know, interesting characters that are actually relatable and somehow grounded in the real world. It's all gotta be some kind of empowerment or this ideology that anyone can be Batman. The new Batman doesn't really feel like Batman. I'm glad he's not a goddamn, you know, celebrity juiced up on steroids just to fit the role of Batman, and, you know, that's cool, I guess. And that's good that we're not seeing that kind of warped body transformation, you know, stereotype that we have for men, because it's perfectly okay for men to have these hard to reach standards and, you know, have this marketed to us 24/7. But if it's a sexual woman, ooh, no. You know, so I'm glad that we're seeing that, but at the same time, it does kind of seem ridiculous that a skinny kind of person can be Batman. It just doesn't really feel that accurate. And I just feel like there's no point getting hyped up for the Batman. I do think that there is a big chance that the Batman 2022 sucks and that the Batman 2022 is a bad movie and the Batman is bad just because of the state of media as it stands right now, and Hollywood, and especially modern day movies. They just can't help but force in some kind of agenda into their movies. They can't help but make it just bombastic, childish, and infantilizing to the general public because that's what people like, I guess. There are a lot of people with baby brains and just morons who like this kind of schlock, and I'm just so tired of, you know, seeing things regurgitated and reused. Why can't we have a new superhero? I mean, there are so many superheroes. Why do we have to have Batman again and again and again? You know, why can't we have something fresh and unique? Why does it always have to be a reused concept, just, you know, recycled? I just don't like that. I just don't like the fact that nothing new is ever being made anymore because they just are so lazy and so comfortable just by releasing something with already an existing kind of influence because they know that's going to make them more money, and I really don't like that, okay? So that's why I think the Batman 2022 sucks. That's why I think the Batman is a bad movie. No doubt, in my mind, it's not going to be that great. It might be actually okay, it might be mediocre, but I'm not saying for definite that the Batman 2022 sucks, okay? But what I am saying is don't get excited for this because no doubt, like most modern day movies, it's gonna be a shitless, just cash grab. Ooh, get groovy. We're never gonna see a truly mature Batman because obviously they know that's not their target demographic, so it's gonna be somewhere in the middle, which is just gonna make it feel kind of lame. and no doubt the characters and the writing is going to be very sloppy. It's going to try and be as edgy as possible and probably fail at it, but who knows, it might actually surprise me. I'm just pretty jaded when it comes to movies nowadays, but hey, I might be wrong. But when it's a big movie like this, I just don't really have that much hope, and that's why I think the Batman is bad and it's probably not gonna be worth watching. But hey, I might be wrong, so who knows. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Have yourselves a great day. Make sure to always lubricate before yeah, okay.